a very silty algae just here. Interesting. So I'm not going to be here for long. Literally a couple of seconds maybe. Should be fine there. Geez, there's a lot of stuff that gets washed up in this little bay, isn't there? Wow, that's a lot. But the reason I've come here is specifically because I could see this when I was passing by out there, this coconut tree. So there's obviously some around as well. Definitely full of liquid there. Okay, so that's promising. That's full of liquid. Wow, obviously this little bay catches all the rubbish. It's a bit of a bummer. There is a lot washed up. But this coconut tree is looking very cool. Those coconuts, those big ones, don't look like they've come from this tree though. Look how small these ones are. Empty. That one's got something in it, but it's very small. Alright, we'll take a couple of good looking ones that look like they're intact. That one's actually got a little thing starting to grow out of it. That one feels very full. Let's grab that one for sure. And then we'll take a couple of different kind of looking ones. Alright, let's keep moving, huh? This looks cool. Well, this is the spot we had pegged out, but there was a beach here and another one just over there that we can check out to see which one's going to be the best. We'll get a bit closer and check it out, but how cool are these little mangroves? They look like fun to swim around. Got to make sure we're not going to run ashore though. Okay, that's the line of sort of coral rubble, and then it turns to sand here. It'll get shallower. There was this little, oh, something jumping. A bit of rock work here. Let's see. Right, we'll spin around. We've had to come right down on this edge here because it gets there's actually all rocks just in this whole section, so it's not the kind of place I'd want to land. We can come up onto this sand, but it won't be like this forever, so we'll just have to be aware of that. Wait, just there. Well, how good is it to be back out on some islands? We finally made it to some. This is a new island for me as well. I've never been here. And it's a beautiful spot. Like, look, you could easily perch a little tent up here somewhere under this pandanus. It is meant to get a bit sunnier. There's potential of rain tonight and tomorrow. And the wind is meant to pick up from the south though, so I'm on the northern side of the island in this little bay, so it should be very well protected. And it's a really nice little bay. I love these little mangroves on this edge. Doesn't look like a lot of coral or anything. You have to sort of swim out and around, but we've got the boat if we need to do that. But I sort of prefer to walk around and camp up on the island. I know a lot of people have been saying that they want to see me on the island, not just doing boat camping, which is fair enough. And I got a BCF voucher from that film festival invite, so I did get a new tent, and that's been a long time coming. So like this rock work as well, heaps of protection. I wonder what the bugs will be like here. Still there, boat. That's good. Oh mate, this is a beautiful spot. Imagine a little bit of sun out, that'd be nice too. Now there's a tent site if I've ever seen one. Under these little pandanus, a little bit of shade, but a nice opening. Look at that, almost looks like it fills up with fresh water. Imagine that. Imagine if like you got enough water to fill that up with fresh. If the fresh came up here, I'm guessing on a big high tide that would actually, the salt would sort of leach through. But after some big rains, this whole little sort of re-entrant down here would probably spill into this section. It obviously funnels all the water out because it's dug a sort of a sand sort of edge right around. That's really cool. Big tree. There's no trees this big on this island. I don't think those pine trees get that thick, so it's obviously floated from the mainland. That's a good one. That's a good eating tree. But I don't know if I get the boat. I'd want to camp a bit closer to the boat, so maybe over there. So that might be the pick of the spots. There is another beach to check out. I guess I could whip over there quickly before the tide gets any lower, as long as I can still get in here and beach it while it's on the sand and not on the rocks. That would be key. Or we can just camp here tonight and then move tomorrow. It's always an option too. And then we're at the end. No, that's very cool. Maybe we'll try and whip. We'll do one real quick whip over and check it out from the other beach. Then we'll see. Then we'll make the call. Could be an even better spot just around the corner. You never know. I like how the sand drops off right here, which is nice, but it's definitely not as nice a campsite. And if that wind does turn to come from the west, this is definitely doesn't have anywhere near as much protection. Yeah, I think that's the decision made. Geez, this sand is nice though. That's particularly nice. Wow. This is the peak for sure. Looks unreal. Looks like I can sort of scamper along all these rocks as well and fish off the edges. Nah, this is great. As long as it's not going to touch those rocks at the back there, it should be alright. It would have been nice to beach it just a little earlier, but that's alright, I think we're safe. Nice. It is always nice having a nice tree and some rocks to put your stuff on, keep the sand off. So that's all the clothes I brought. There we go. All the reviews suggested that this was a nice sort of halfway between an expensive and a cheap hiking tent. Still wasn't overly expensive, but it was on sale for $179, so that's probably the most I've spent on a tent for a long time. But all the reviews said that it's actually quite good. Definitely folds down small. So yeah, we'll see. Find out. Do I need the instructions? Surely we can handle this without them. It'll all become apparent in a second as to how good it is. That I guess we just clip it on. Look how high and dry the boat is now. It's amazing how much water's come out. Look at that. It is Like all of that rock work's out now. And the boat is nice and safe for quite a few hours, which is good. I'll put one in each corner, but in the next trip I think I'll bring the other 2 tent pegs just to give it a little bit more structure. It's not going to be an issue here, but in a windy situation could become an issue. I think it did come with a couple of little metal pegs. I guess I could put those out if I really wanted to. And we definitely won't be letting all you mozzies in. Look how many mosquitoes there are. Look, there's one there, there's one biting me on the back here, there. Look at them, everywhere. Look at that guy. Get out. We'll do that up for a sec. Silica gel. Do not eat. Alright, and that is camp. Look how much the tide has gone down. That is crazy. Anyway, geez, you wouldn't want to beach it a little bit further back, would you? But I guess we should pack a little bag and go for a little trek around. I also probably should get, maybe I'll crack one of those coconuts open, and maybe it'll be a nice snack, and then we'll go for a cruise around the island. You're looking nice and comfortable. Look at that. Perfect. Nice and sandy. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. You can get like a keel guard. So basically they can put an extra big, like another strip of hull just down the center. It comes up a couple of inches on each side. And that's an option. It's called a keel strip. And it basically starts and goes all the way down to the end on the keel. And for some reason I didn't think that was something I should get. But the more I use this boat, the more I think, geez, the next version, whatever that will be, will definitely have that keel strip added. Then I'd feel just a bit more confident. Imagine you got sort of stuck on here. It'd be nice to know you had another strip of metal under there. Can't imagine the weight difference would be any difference. Cheers, it's going out fast, isn't it? I guess it's because it's a nice slow slope. It's ripped out. It's only been, what, 15 minutes? Which one? You. We'll try you first. I should have brought, you know what, I actually made that little knife into a more of a coconut friendly knife. The one I broke on the last coconut. But we've got other methods, so we'll see what we do here. There's definitely some liquid in there. That definitely excites me. Now, last time I did this, I got in a bit of trouble from not opening it properly. Now, I just looked at this anchor as I was walking up, and I was thinking, that looks like a pretty good tool to crack a coconut open. Maybe if we put that upright like that, because we could go and try and find a sharp rock, but sometimes they can be a bit harder to find. Top or bottom? What do you reckon? Oh, top. Oh, dropped it. But that was a little easier than the knife, wasn't it? Now, let's see. That one did actually have a little bit of a stalk growing out of it there. Probably should have taken it home and buried it somewhere. That sand. It does sound good though. Very promising in that respect. The skin looks like it's pulled away from the edge here, but maybe just because it's like sort of germinating. But I guess we'll try a little bit. No, that tastes fine. Or does it? There is a slight taste of something else. I don't know. Don't think it'll kill me, and I probably would. Well, let's smash it open actually, and we'll see. Oh, there we go. So I think the coconut actually is all right. It's just come into germination basically. Look, it's actually growing. It's growing another little baby coconut inside it. Oh, I feel terrible now. Look at that, poor guy. Didn't get a very big piece out, but that's all right. I love coconuts. Delicious. Let's get a bigger piece. Oh. Let's go pack a little bag and we'll get a few things ready. And we'll go for a cruise. I think we'll head around this way and yeah, see what we can find. You know, one thing we did bring actually on this trip, because I wasn't sure what we were dealing with, is these. You can see where my foot is a bit fat for these shoes, so I just cut some holes in them just to make them bigger or wider. Grab that bit, put the rest in here. Okay, that should be fine. Little mangrove starting there, that's cool. I love it when there's a bit of a mangrove action on the islands. And finding a way. And then all these hoop pines, like these are unreal, these pine trees on all these islands up here. More and more pines on the further up you go, the more the pines start lining all of the islands. It's very cool. It creates such a different landscape. We might as well walk back here and see if we can see anything exciting. See what's been washed up. You can see there's a big float. Oh, free shoes. Oh, that would have been a score. Look at that one. That's a very nice one. Yeah, got it there. Ah, ouch. That hit my ankle. That really hurt. Oh, look, another thong. Look, we've got almost a complete set there, straight up within the first couple of seconds. A lot of squid, or a lot of cuttlefish bones. There's the little beach we just run. You can see back over there, back to camp. And there's the boat and tent just over there. But yeah, we'll keep heading around. Just need to get somewhere where it drops off a bit more because it's pretty shallow until we get a bit further around. What kind of drag we got? Might want it pretty tight actually. You don't want anything too big, but you never know what could happen here, I guess. We've only got a medium-y kind of light setup really. This is the same set I was catching the tailor on, so it's not exactly heavy. Oh, is that a wind knot? That'd be annoying. Oh, oh. Second cast, far out. What is it going to be? Looks silver. Come on. Oh, what is it? It's a little mackerel. Wow. Oh. That's sick. He's going to be undersized, but we caught a Spanish. He's sick. Look at that. Wow. What a cracker of a little Spanish. Jeez. They got to be 75. So he's obviously not size. But, geez, they're a sharp looking fella, aren't they? Very bitey. Alright, mate, go on. Not as epically fast as I thought he would, but he rallied around. Oh, well, that was too easy, really, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll walk around a little bit. Oh, look at that cool little pole. It's cranking with little blennies and gobies or whatever they are. Would I keep one? Would I keep a mackerel? I don't know. It's not, I definitely probably don't have. Oh, look, I've got the cooler, so it is possible. You know what I did notice though? There was a little wind knot in here. I should get that out now, shouldn't I? You never know what you could get. Geez, this water looks nice and clear, doesn't it? Definitely be coming for a spear tomorrow, I'd say. Well, maybe tonight if we if we're struggling to catch something to eat. But if that mackerel is anything to go by, hopefully the fish will be around. I think we've only got 20 or 30 pound leader on here, so we're dicing with death. Geez, that lure looks good, doesn't it? And I've just realised I forgot my camera, so I better go back and get that. Let's get up into the pine forest, eh? Let's see. Oh, stuck. Get down here. It's looking a little poorly. Yeah, cutting through wasn't the best idea in the end. Could have just walked around the rocks, they're way easier. Something definitely just came out from the side there. I wonder what that was. Could have just been a cod, but might have been a troutie. Looked like a good eating size. Just around here. Come on, someone grab it. Yeah. Now this time. Oh, no. What? Oh, come on. That's just annoying. Damn, that was a really cool lure as well. Okay. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll find it tomorrow. Alright, well, we'll switch to a different lure. Maybe we could put this guy on. I've got one of those little shrimp under here. But I think what I want to do is I want something like a coral trout or something. I don't want something too big. So I'm thinking maybe I'll go the vibe for a second. Just see what happens. Just catch something a bit smaller, because I don't want something so big that I can't keep it and eat it in one go. So we'll start with this little vibe. His tail's a bit bent, but I think that'll be fine in the water once he's getting pulled through. Surely he's got to get some action of some sort. That way we can work him a little deeper as well, get him down to coral trout zone It's been a while since I've had a troutie, so definitely won't say no. But whatever we can find, see what happens. Work the edges a little bit. Oh, geez, something just, did you see that? No way. Something just went and hit it right then on the edge. Let's just pop it out here. Jeez. If I didn't pull it out then, probably would have had another go at it. Oh, there you go. Oh, I did get off. Damn. Damn. We had a hook up for a sec there. So that was just winding it on top. Let's try that again, eh? So it's only like a single hook here, so I guess maybe that's the catch. And it wasn't too far from here, it was just here. Oh, damn. It's 2 misses. Okay, of course, as soon as the camera turns itself off, well, that's dinner for sure. It's a cracking trout, perfect eater. But I think I missed that shot because the camera turned itself off. Either it overheated or something. Well, we got the last little bit of it. It's a bummer I missed that hit, damn it. Yeah, wow. I've got a new battery in. It was actually overheating in the end, the camera. What a beautiful fish, hey? That is a cracking coral trout. I'm very lucky to get him. Oh, sorry, buddy. Jeez, I'm loving these vibes at the moment, huh? They've been doing the damage. Spangled Emperor. Getting hits all over the place. Jeez, he's a good looking fish, isn't he? But unfortunately, mate, you will be coming home with me tonight, so we'll quickly do the business. Just might pop him in here. That pool's still cool actually, so we'll just leave him here for a second. But I guess we should probably make the trek back. Seems a bit further than when I was coming here. Still one more edge. We'll get around this next edge and we'll be there. Just coming down here and I've noticed these paw prints. What are they? Are they a dog? They seem to have been made here after low tide, but there's no human prints except mine. And I don't know how any boat would have got in there, so it must be some kind of animal making those, I don't know, on the island. I wonder. Something a little bit bigger than your regular kind of possum. Now that's a low tide. Look at that. I think the tides are about 4 or 5, maybe 5 metre tides at the moment. But yeah, you can see what I was worried about. If you had your doubts as to whether I should have raced back to that beach or not. Yeah, that's how far and that's how much you can get trapped. And then the big problem is if you don't make it onto that sand, all of these rocks are in your way before this bit of sand. So it's a hell of a walk and or a swim to deal with, that's for sure. I brought extra rope, but not that much rope. So this is a good beaching spot if you've got the right tides, but not such a good deep anchoring spot. And we made it. Whoa. And we might just get him on the ice for a bit. There we go. Keep him cool, and then we'll think about how we're going to cook him up. Might let the hottest part of the day slide on by a little bit though. Must be crows or an eagle or something. Look at that. Look at it's eaten all out. I was like, hey, where'd my coconut? The other half of the coconut, I left it sort of up here somewhere. Someone's come and knocked it off and gnawed out quite a bit of it actually. Wow, they're pretty clever because it's not like it was like that and they saw it. It was like that. So yeah, someone's been watching me. Wonder who it was. I've seen some big crows and there's also a big eagle doing loops around. Whoa, cockatoos. Geez, they're noisy birds, aren't they? Guess it could have been a cockatoo as well. Jeez. They're like Australian terrors. Look at them, they just go from pine tree to pine tree. Pterodactyls. Doesn't have to be tight at the moment, just in case it does for some reason start floating heaps. Just should be enough to keep it straight. Now that water's rushing in now pretty quick. It's amazing how fast it's coming in now, but we better start thinking. I guess we'll wait till the water gets up to a bit closer and then we might get that coral trout out and fill it down and start thinking about dinner. It's so peaceful here. It's just dead quiet when those cockatoos aren't making noise. Might just fry them up in the pan, just really simply. Just salt and pepper, and we'll do a couple of we've just got some onions and capsicums. I just went to the little general store at the launch point, and I usually just go to a general store or one that's open early enough. And this one was open, but it didn't have a huge range of things. But that's all right, because we don't need a whole lot. But I'm very much looking forward. Like the coral trout is just so delicious and white and flaky. Well, it's not super flaky actually. It's kind of got a nice texture. I can see why people like it. People that probably don't like fish as much probably really find coral trout really good because it's not a very fishy fish, not super oily, beautiful white flesh, and it's really nice for a change. Like I like plenty of other fish, so it's really hard to say it's, you know, a favourite or anything, but it really is a nice texture. I can see why people that didn't like fish heaps would actually find it very appealing and call it a very nice fish to eat. And it is very nice. But there's also plenty of other really good fish, so people ask me all the time what's my favourite, and it's like it's an impossible question. There's too many good things out there to choose favourites. Okay, let's see if we can skim these ribs. And what we'll do is we will skin it, but we'll keep the skin, and we'll fry that up as well and do the skin crackling, because that really is a special treat. Nothing better than some coral trout skin fresh on the pan. Yeah, Alright, we'll bang out this other side and we're good to go. Did that just fall out of his stomach? Look at that little fish there. Smashing. Look, it's just like that vibe. Looking a bit manky though. Yuck. And if anyone's asking, scales on. Leave the scales on and they'll puff up into these nice crispy pork crackling style bites. Just rinse that whole thing off. Alright, we'll get our cooking stuff out and yeah, maybe we'll do it up on the beach near the rocks there. Okay, it's a nice little table, so we'll get our cooker out and we'll cut up some veggies as well. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to have a little picnic. Should be enough. If not, we'll have to do some raw dishes. Nice and level-ish. Got vegetable oil, it's pretty much the only thing they had there, apart from canola, which I didn't want. You hear those things about canola these days. Everyone used to rave about canola and now you realise it's basically like industrial, like byproduct. It's like a lubricant, an industrial lubricant or something, that can also be used to fry food up, but it's not good for you apparently. Alright, fair bit of oil. And we'll try and just flatten it out a bit more. Get it perfectly level. Nice. And then while we wait for that to heat up, we'll get our skins and we'll douse them with salt. We want them nice and salty. So when you're doing this, if you're trying to replicate it, you want them dry and you want them salty. It's like doing pork crackling. So don't be shy with the salt. Yeah, just get it a little bit more actually. Oh man, here come the bugs. Can feel the midges a little bit. There's definitely some mosquitoes getting around. It's alright, we're going to ignore it. Get them super crispy, and we flip them over to both sides. Looking good. ready. These guys are ready. Some of the curled up ones aren't as ready. It's getting a bit harder. Nice. Look at those bad boys. Amazing. Look at this one here. He's just asking for it. My God. And this one is cooked, like they're cooked perfectly this time. A lot of the time in the past, sometimes I'm like, don't have enough oil or whatever excuse I've got. These ones are perfect. Left them in long enough, super crispy. Yeah, that's amazing. You could eat a whole bag of them like chips. Nah, they are good. Should have bought my proper knife. Wish I'd bought a better knife. But whatever. Maybe we'll just do half the capsicum. We're gonna have a lot of food. It's a pretty white looking tomato, to be honest. Not filling me with confidence there. But sometimes you gotta take what you can get. Maybe we'll go one a little bit smaller. Salt. And a very healthy dose of pepper. Oh yeah, and let's not forget our cumin. Oh man, cumin and fish, yum. I remember I did one dish a while ago, like years ago, and it was just cumin but with couscous. Oh boy, it was good. Yum. Alright, it's starting to look pretty good. Might get the fish in a sec. Ah, ouch. Turn that off. A little bit of salt and pepper to finish it off. And maybe we'll go a fork, sprinkle a couple of bits of crackling on the top, and that is the meal done. Look at that. My meal is pretty fantastic. I've re-spread the towel out, see if I can sit here. Slightly sandy feet. Okay, well, let's not wait. So we know the crackling tastes delicious, but let's break a bit of fish up. We'll go the fish first. Piece by itself. Now that is a fancy piece of cumined coral trout. And it's very hot. It's really good. That cumin has gone all through everything. Bit of capsicum, a bit of fish. Oh man. Try and get a bit of onion next time as well. But that, look at that, that's going to be a pretty amazing mouthful right there. It's going to be very hot though. It's a little hot. How good capsicum. Considering I had no direction and really didn't know what I was going to do until the last second, and I just grabbed whatever I could get at the little convenience store, this has turned out surprisingly good. Boat's floating nicely now. Looks like it's going to be alright. And look, there is a decent amount of water there, so this is probably about peak high tide. As soon as the sun sets, it's peak high tide, so it could come up another foot, I'd say. But isn't it nice to be cooking and enjoying a delicious meal on the beach? A lot of people say, oh, you know, it's missing something, the channel, without you going onto the island and setting up a tent and things, and I agree. So it's really nice to just get on the beach, you know, get the boat high and dry, and then go for an explore on the island. And we always try and do it sort of in some form, even on the boat camping videos, but there is definitely something about just sort of being stuck on the island, just hanging out for a few days. So as long as we don't get the boat stuck on the island permanently or for a month, then we'll be looking very, very good. And I'm definitely enjoying this trip so far. Reminds me of some of the older trips a bit, actually. As long as that wind doesn't pick up and create waves in here, everything should be fine. Anyway, let's have another mouthful. That's the best. That's so good. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow.